Hey guys, it's me again. For those of you who have not seen one of my videos yet, I'm Carol Wilson. Today's video is going to be about my wellness journey, or how I like to say the fork in the road in my life and how my life changed. And really what I'm hoping that I just reach out to some of you people who might be feeling alone in a difficult relationship, feeling that place where you might feel like something's missing and you don't know what to do, you want to change in your life. Maybe you're just trying to get fit. Whatever the case may be, I'm hoping that you see my channel, see my videos, and see that other people struggle, and when they get to the other side, their journey and what it took them, and maybe use some of the tips that worked for me, or maybe you'll find your own because I'll generate some ideas for you. Whatever the case may be, if I can help just one person get to the other side, that's the point of my channel. And so today I'm going to talk to you about my journey. It was about, I would say, 10 to 15 years ago when I just knew that the way I was living my life was not working for me. How I handled my relationship, the relationship I was in, I wasn't happy. I was a kind of person that just kept very busy. I was a compulsive cleaner. I look back now and I think I use those things as distractions from just a feeling of wanting happiness but not knowing how to attain it. So during this time I was working. I had a very good career. My children were probably, I would say, 10, 11 age. Great kids. I got really lucky with them. They did bring a joy to my life, but of course they're not going to fulfill it for you. And that's kind of the place I was at, as I realized I was looking outward for fulfillment. Like, whenever you hear people say that you need to love yourself, I know it may sound a little cliche, but it's so true. And I hope that I'll give you some tips with my videos, and you'll get that revelation as well in your life. So around this time, that was when I had like a realization in my life that things just weren't working and I wanted to change. So the way I started to do that is I got to know myself. And that is the first thing I suggest to you, is really digging deep, be vulnerable with yourself, and get to know you. And a big way that I did that is I started journaling, and I started journaling with my feelings of situations. Like when I would get upset, rather than react to them, I would journal them. And you don't have to necessarily have a journal that you're writing in. I did it on my phone so it could be private. I didn't want to have to explain it to anybody else. And so I did it in the notes in my cell phone. So that was one thing I started, is when something that would happen that would maybe upset me, because I didn't really know all the levels of emotions, I had like either regular or hot, which to me that's you're feeling normal or you're angry. And there's a lot in between. So I really wanted to figure out how I was truly feeling about things. Another thing I did was I asked myself what I wanted in life, like what would make me happy. And I was currently going to college, and I knew that attaining my degree would make me happy. And another thing that I really wanted was, in my relationship, I wanted someone who was emotionally supportive. I wanted a team member. Not only do I want to be passionately and sexually attracted to him, but I wanted to feel supported by him. And unfortunately in my marriage I didn't have that. So it got way more detailed than that. But of course, whatever you want is going to be different for you. But really get to know yourself. And I really want to say be vulnerable, because I was a badass. And what I mean by that is I'm not being like obnoxious. For my first few decades of life, didn't allow myself to feel like I thought I was just tough and could handle anything. But let me tell you, the tough thing is feeling. And then when you start feeling, you're living. It's quite an exceptional experience. So this is my first step for you. My first suggestion is to really get to know yourself. Ask yourself these things: what you want out of your life, what's going to make you happy. And then start doing something, if you can, daily. But like for me, I was a college student. I worked full-time, sometimes overtime, because I was a claims adjuster. And I had 2 little children that I also needed to make sure they got to school, got their lunches, did their activities. So, you can't always do it every day, but at least make it 2 times a week. So what I would start to do is when everybody went to bed, that was kind of my time. So another step I took, which is not going to be for everyone, is I began meditating. And I really connected with that. And I delved I started studying it, but I read a lot of books about it. I think Deepak Chopra's books are pretty amazing. I liked the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. It really hit home for me. This may not be for you. You may find it in something else. You may find it in fitness, art. There's all sorts of different things out there that you could want to do for yourself. So really dig deep and find something you enjoy. So that was how I got started with the changes in my life. And if there's any advice I can give you, is getting to know yourself. It's an exceptional experience once you realize how you feel, things that upset you, how you handle them. You'll find out what you need. You'll be able to ask for what you need, which I know a lot of times, in my youth, when people were like, set your boundaries, ask for what you need, it just didn't all make sense to me. But once I began to get to know myself, it all started to come together as a whole. So I really hope this video helped you out a bit. I know I was kind of rambling on a bit. If you ever have any questions, you can put them in the comments below, and I'll do everything I can to answer your questions, and maybe I can just answer them in a video. That would probably be easier. But please give this video a thumbs up. And I'm currently in Denver. I'm going to have a job interview at 7 a.m. in the morning. I've been traveling for pretty much like 48 hours to get here. I had a long layover in Seattle. That's why I look a little scruffy today. I also have a lovely cold, but I hope to see you guys soon. I'll put another video out next week. Enjoy this one, and I'll catch you later.